restaurant. So they had a system which is called Micros.
Oh yeah, the micros.
It's a very common POS system. And Micros, what they started doing is they started hiring all these contractors, local contractors, in order to go ahead and deploy all these POS solutions at different retails, restaurants, and hotels, right? So can you take a guess, like what would be the default passwords the contractors are going to install, use when they're going to install, when they normally install at the systems at the hotels or restaurants? Do you know Micros default user? What's the default user?
Micros 1, 2, 3, 4.
Probably something.
So 4 years back, when it was not Oracle, so the default name still to date is Micros, and the password was Micros.
Yeah.
So every single person knew out there in the industry that the default password, and normally hotel operators does not look at these technology details, so they left the password Micros as a default password on their server, not on the stations, because the stations, every single user has their own separate password. But on the system level, they left the password as Micros, and they did get compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
the
also-
fines were really
Yeah.
Well, also back in the day, you could also, as a dummy credit card, you could always, for Visa, you put 4444333, and it would actually.
It would actually go.
It would go.
for
It would go
days.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the test. Actually, normally they do to process that, but that's actually not. You're not going to get money.
No.
Just for the test purposes. That's correct. These are the default things which are used by a lot of contractors in order to complete stuff, and that's why when we ask our all hotel operators or owners is please, when you go out and hire someone as a contractor, please make sure that they go in and change the password, because all the passwords, when they install, integrate at hotel level, they will leave it at default, because the contractors are going to go away and then we will be stuck with the default passwords and not a lot of things, because each hotel at least have 6 to 8 different vendors, technology vendors, going in and installing stuff. So they need to basically make sure that it gets maintained and managed by someone. Or something, at least the hotel password needs to be changed. Protect stored cardholder data. That means anytime you saw that server room, right? That's perfect. It's locked. I love that. It's excellent what you guys have done. I've been to hotels where a lot of people have not locked the server room, and everybody has access. Not everybody, but at least employees have access. So it needs to be not all employees should have access, only limited employees. But the only thing which was missing from a PCI's compliance standpoint was a time log. So when I go in, when a contractor goes in, or any vendor goes in, or a non-employee goes in, which does not need to be there, needs to log, put a time and date, a name and time, and the purpose on a clipboard at least, because that's going to bring you in compliance requirement when it comes to a QSA. So right now you do not have that clipboard,
Okay.
just to maintain
I'll get that
access
taken care
regulations
Okay.
around that. Okay.
Yep.
So encrypt transmission of credit card holder data across open or public network. We are already doing that. That's great because you're using Alavan. That's exactly what they're designed for, maintaining this. Use regular update antivirus software. We will go over this in our 5 o'clock meeting. Develop and maintain security system and applications. Again, it does not apply to the front desk, but we need to make sure that if any applications like POS systems, or you're not using ACS here, like the gateway control, or a third party, you're not charging the credit cards over the internet also, so it's not a problem. But some of the applications which actually you normally process the credit card with, they needs to be PCI validated. That means it needs to be pin and chip, things like that, in order to be PCI compliant. Restrict access to cardholder data by business need to know basis. That means housekeeping should not be running reports from the front desk computers. FYI, that's very important. Only people who are authorized to go at the server room are allowed to go and access to the server rooms. not every single person from employee standpoint needs to have access to the server also, because that's your PPM environment, I'm sorry, that's your PPE environment, which is payment processing environment. All your credit card data is exactly up there.
Talking about chips and stuff, when I know that a couple years ago they had a drop date of when chips had to be used.
Yes.
When is that date?
That's already gone.
That's gone. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why there was a shift of liability, financial liability. So if somebody used to, or if somebody actually goes out and disputes a charge, you cannot fight back if you're not using bill and chip.
Yes, and that's what we're finding.
And that's why we had so many chargebacks
Chargebacks,
last year.
exactly.
Correct, yes.
Because when people are misusing it, that's the law right now, and that's why the PCI pin and chip is already kind of like a mandatory. We have passed that date. So
We can
if
all
you're
work
not
on
using
that
it,
this
then
week.
automatically people can dispute and you will lose.
Because
The trust.
but if you swipe a credit card, it still shows up in Lightspeed that the credit card was swiped, which means the credit card was physically at the property level. And also on the folio, it also shows a
Their
copy of their signature.
So again, that's why I said when the pin and chip came in, that was the whole purpose, card present. So there are CNP and there are card present CP. So as soon as you swipe it, it does not guarantee that the card was present. Okay, because the reader can have somebody else's encoded credit card information. You just saw a credit card, you did not validate the security pin on that. So that's why when it's still considered card not present.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
you still
It's
process it.
something with the strip or something that is not compliance.
Exactly.
With the strip on the card
That's
doesn't
right.
make us in compliance.
How
Yeah.
much longer are we gonna be doing this one? I'm sorry.
Just another 5 minutes maybe, I'm just
Okay,
gonna push.
perfect.
Because this is the main important one, after that it's
Perfect.
very easy pretty much. I'll just. So that's basically what we normally do. Restrict physical access to cardholder data, track and monitor all access to network resources and cardholder data, regularly test security systems and process. That means quarterly scan, internal and external scan needs to be done. And this is the most important thing, which is that's why I asked, maintain a policy to address information security, that's electronic policy. You have to make sure that you implement a strong electronic policy
Okay.
to protect the owners. Okay, so this is considered the PAN information, which is considered sensitive information, the credit card numbers, the CVV code, and the date of expiry, expiration of the card. When you're accessing data over public